So this word just came to me yesterday. I was been reading our history about the Moranos, the crypto Jews, and this word came to me, and I was like, "Wow!" I looked it up, and this is a perfect example of if you don't understand the original ancient Paleo, the text really just doesn't make too much sense to you. You'll be close, but close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. Our tribal declaration, these are Israelite scrolls written by Israelites. If you don't understand the Israelites, then you won't understand these scrolls. That's just the facts of the case. All right, today's word, take a few seconds to decode this. The text is translated as Sheol, or what they call hell. Sheol or hell. Take a few seconds to decode this. I'll play some music.
Break it since I send it up. Break it since I send it up. All praise. I got sent from different struggles. I but why I send this stuff. Break it since I send it up. Shoes off, ground, chin touch. Movers off, now I'm in your presence. You keep me lifted up. But of this world fake, I see that. Put me through the fire, me shack. Face to face where I wanna be at. To the wilderness, where the east at. Though I'm here, you meet me here too. With the captives near you. Like Ezekiel, clear view. Like Sinai, sapphire blue. And the armor like cast iron suits. So I return back to my own pew. Flesh speaker, just keep it on mute. Shema Yasharah, Yahuwah, Allah, Nu, YAHAWASHA. Only listen to Yahweh speak, that's the truth. You send a blessing, some back at you. That's Abraham and that's 12, that's verse 3, that's major damage, let's finish this. Yes, we the 12 can't curse me. If you did, he reimbursed me. That's Balaam, that's Balak. I see a star, he encouraged me. He come from the east like Jersey, and set in the west like Curry. And his mom in here submerging by an ark with a mercy seat, 2 cherubim, no burning me. Just YAHAWASHA, he the perfect sheep. I observe the vine like botany. Don't bother me, stop calling me. If you're not in Yah, get off of me. If you're not in tribe, can't walk with me. Got a stick with a clip in it. Once Ephraim rise, watch the sticks click. We Yah's hammer, you ain't in the word. Don't be surprised if you miss this. Spirit in the room, I can feel it. And of olive oil, we dripping. Lots tied, yes, they wanna clip it. Yah's wine pouring, can't sip it. No concubines, no mistress. Just a queen, that's a privilege. Yes, Yasharallah, that's scripted. If it say it, gotta live it. On a mission to existence of this image. This is Babylon, this is a scrimmage. It's a witness. In the wilderness, did the folk make it or they children? Just a remnant. We zealous, not religious. We Israelites, not Christians. We meek, not vicious. We Romanized in prison. It's YAHAWASHA, not victors. It's Hanukkah, not Christmas. If you in the world and you feel this up. I got sent from different struggles. I but why I send this stuff. Break it since I send it up. Shoes off, ground, chin touch. Movers off, now I'm in your presence. You keep me lifted up. But of this world fake, I see that. Put me through the fire, me shack. Face to face where I wanna be at. Through the wilderness, where the east at. Though I'm here, you meet me here too. With the captives near you. Like Ezekiel, clear view. Like Sinai, sapphire blue. Halawa Yah, Barakatah. Basham YAHAWASHA.
All praises to the great I am. I love that joint. All praises to the great I am. That is a fire track. That was our brother Yashar. Gesture for Real is his artist name. That is Cherubim. Cherubim, that's one of his singles he released earlier. I think this year, was it this year? Or might have been last year. Cherubim is the name of that track. So all praise to the great I am for that. Anybody want to rehearse their breakdown, how they process this word. The pagans say Sheol or hell. Anybody?
So the word on the screen would be like SHAH.
SHAH. SHAH. Absolutely correct. SHAH is how we pronounce this, and we will show the babes. Ya'ala says SHAH. Absolutely.
I'm
We
so
would,
used to what we was you used to say Shawal that I'm like, oh snap.
it is. You definitely got to do a double take sometimes. But this word is a very, once you see the breakdown, and you're going to see Shemitically why this would be what our ancestors call Sheol or hell. Sheol or hell. I'm like, I feel like I'm at work, and I got a different setup at work, and so I can't find my pointer. This is crazy. At work, my computers go the other way, and now I'm home, and I'm struggling to find my doggone pointer. All right. All right. So as Ox says, we start on the right side with the two front teeth. Looks like a letter E that's flipped over. That is actually two front teeth. That's what that glyph is, and that is our SHAH sound. The glyph in the middle is the ox head or the bull head, and that's our ah sound. And the last glyph is a man with his hands raised, and that gives us a ha sound. And we just run it together and say SHAH, Shah or Sha'ah, Shah or Sha'ah, Shah or Sha'ah. Anybody want to try to break down why would our ancestors use these three glyphs? And this is the root. Like if you guys look it up in the Blue Letter Bible, they added the I see you know right. They added the vowel. They used the Yah as a vowel to satisfy the O and Sheol, and we don't need it. We don't need. Well, first of all, you guys know we don't have vowels, but you don't need that the arm of a man, the Yah, for this word. But I gave you the root, and it's Sha'ah. Narai, you got it up.
Con, I'm at work, so I try to be brief. When I look at this word, uh, first off, I just had a question. Is Shawal still another word for hell, or is that a different context?
I was trying to see if I can keep the Yah in there, and we can keep the Yah in there and it still get the same thing. But I just like we don't need it. These three glyphs together is the perfect example of what hell is. These three glyphs are the perfect example of what hell, or the text says Sheol, is.
Well, I'm asking for Shawal, the
Oh,
uh
Paul's name
yeah, yeah. Is that another word for it, or is that a different like context?
for Sheol?
Hmm.
I don't think so. Um, but Shawal's name, he has a positive and connotation that can pretty much be a synonym. I guess, yeah, yeah. If you take the negative connotation of his name, I guess it could satisfy Sheol.
Because I'm looking at Second Samuel 22 H7585, the word hill, and it uses Shawal there. I was just curious if it had a different meaning other than this one. I was just curious.
Yeah, I think so. If we put it in our Shemitic sense, we can substitute that Shawal. Because remember, our
Okay.
names, our proper names are like verbs and descriptors. So yeah, we can use Shawal to describe Sheol or hell as well as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, when I look at this word, I look at it as to be separated and to be joined. So just really quick, when I think of hell, when we're separated because of our sins from Abba, to be separated from the strong or first spirit, we're in hell. Where, obviously we're in captivity now because we were separated from our power, and we're essentially in our graves right now. So we separated from the strong spirit, and but we joined ourselves to the calf spirit. So like idols. That's how I look at it. And I think of that word, if y'all remember like the old fashioned word when somebody wanted you to get away from them, they'll say shoo, shoo. I think of that word when I look at this. But I yield with that.
Calm. Anybody got something different than Nariah? He's hot as a firecracker. So I knew this word was going to be a simple, easy word, but it's these perfect examples how you saying Sheol or hell, their languages are dead languages. Like Sheol doesn't Sheol doesn't make me tremble. Like the word hell doesn't make me tremble. With all their movies like what Left Behind and all the animations in Hollywood of flames and all that, none of that stuff makes me terrified. But when you say separated from the first spirit or separated from the chief spirit, and we know the chief spirit for us is Abba, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. And like he said, separated from Abba is hell. It's hell. So that was the perfect breakdown. That's just how I knew these three glyphs like it's a perfect example how this language, our culture, is very simple. And once you learn these glyphs and learn how to process these glyphs, it awakens the text and makes the text more I want to say like it's more real. Like you're saying hell or you're going to be resting in Sheol, but you're separated from the greatest spirit. You're separated from the first spirit, and the greatest spirit, the chief spirit, the strongest spirit is the Most High. So, like he says, separated from the Most High, that's hell. That's hell. That's why this thing is cultural over everything. The elders tell us that if we go to a brother trying to help him correct his wrongs, and he doesn't want to repent or correct his wrongs, then go get a witness. If he don't succumb or comply in front of the witness, bring him in front of the family, congregation. And if he still refused to get back in order with our covenant, then we are to treat him as a Gentile. You have to get away from us. And being separated from Zion, from the blessed people, that's hell. That's hell. And that's what we have to get back to. Like this covenant we got is not to be running down people and embarrassing people and trying to expose people. It's to save my brother's life, save my sister's life. So SHAH is separated from the Father. That is hell. That is hell. That is torture. And like he said, we know now he's waking us up and bringing us back to him. But being here in this part of the world and not in our native land is hell. Stuff we got to endure. We got to pretend like these people are sane and you think you are the opposite sex you're born into. We got to pretend they're sane and have conversations with these people and work with these people. Like, nah, you're not. Something is wrong with you. This is hell. This is hell being outside. Like Ox says, I got to hold my nose to Zion. Hold my nose, not smelling this port to Zion. It's these conditions we have to live under because we broke our covenant. Is SHAH. It's hell. It's hell. Being around wicked people is hell. Any other comments or questions about SHAH?
So,
All right.
just about the language in general, we got to look at it more. But one time, me and Naraya, I think his sister Zahaba was looking at some words and stuff, and I saw something about the fact of the wa, the tent peg, the wa. It was saying something about how a lot of those are added. So, like for example, some people say tawada and some people say thawada, depending on how the basket and the mark, or how they pronounce the two. But I was seeing something that it would like that would be a true word like tawada or thawada, but Moses would have said something like tada, with no Y in it. But I didn't go further. But I just, since you mentioned that you saw that the Yah was added to satisfy the vowels, I think it said the second temple period or something of that nature is when the words had more of that Y sound. But again, that I ain't double checked, triple checked, and none of that.
Yeah, no, it lines up with the history of the nation as we were going through these different captivities, still being influenced by our neighbors around us, the Canaanites, and then the generation who spent 70 years in Babylon. These evolutions is just inevitable. Like right now, like we're in America, and or let's just take this modern age. A computer and internet wasn't around, so we would have to come up. We would have to develop a word to satisfy what a computer does or what the internet does. So these little nuances that we're learning, it's just inevitable that our language, and then again, even without them adding the vowels, we're not even talking about them adding the vowels and the points. We're just saying how I was saying, like, to da versus to the wada. These little nuances are inevitable as a lot of our ancestors moved away, like those, like in the book of Acts, those coming back home from the feast. They probably had some little remnants of the Hebrew language they remember, but they've been raised in Spain for so long. They've been raised in Antioch for so long. So these little changes or evolutions is just inevitable as a people. Like, we're 12 tribes deep, being influenced by so many different outside influences, because of disobedience. We ain't supposed to be even interacting with people like that, but because of our history of disobedience, it caused our language to change or evolve over time. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. But the water for that. Anybody else? All right, so that's today's word, SHAH. It has more power than Sheol or hell. The Ibaryam context of Sheol means you are separated from Abba. And I did want to mention, I do believe in the lake of fire, because the text speaks of a lake of fire where that's where the final resting place for the wicked are, and that eternal damnation. I do believe in the lake of fire, but this context of hell, or this ideology of hell that the Hollywood movies have painted, I believe SHAH is the best explanation of hell. You're separated from the Most High. You're separated from the Most High, and then of course that means you're going to be separated from His people. You're living in hell. So I'm not one of those people who think like there is no hell. I just think, and again, a lot of the Muslims say it too, hell is a condition, but I'm just saying, I agree, hell is a condition. Right now, we're in hell. Even though we have these luxuries like a home, cars, air conditioning, this is still hell. We're separated from our culture. We're separated from our people. But I do believe in the physical lake of fire. So even though I'm saying that, yes, SHAH is a condition, separated from Abba, I still believe that there is a physical lake of fire. And it's just, we're here now. I think it's not too far-fetched to believe in the lake of fire when we have those things called volcanoes. Like, what I mean? Like, that's not too far-fetched. Like, a volcano destroyed Pompeii. The lake of fire, that lava destroyed a whole city. So I do believe in the lake of fire, but SHAH or Sheol, hell, you're separated from Abba. All praise to the great I am. If there's nothing further, we can transition into our Kathab reading, and this is coming from Second Kapah, chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. Second Kapah, chapter 2, verses 1 and 2.
Shalom. I did want to have just a quick comment about it. I think me and you, we talked about it at work a while. Like, it was in 2025, but I never, I started like a little notes thing, but I never really went deep into it. But I did have three things, and I had hell as.
Let me go back. So while you're talking, they can have the context. Okay, you got it. I just wanted them to have the context while you're speaking.
Con, I just had three quick things. I didn't even have all the I didn't have the precepts or anything, but just three like subtitles or whatever to go into that I was supposed to go into. I just haven't. But one was hell being a captivity or a state of being, because we talked about that, and you could see like Isaiah. I'm not sure which chapter, but I remember it's in Isaiah that kind of helps describe it when it talks about hell enlarging itself, because we basically was in sin. That might be 14. Um, Also, too, then I put a place slash grave with a question mark, and that would represent also being separated from the first spirit or the chief spirit, being in the grave. Obviously, we know it's David is written about, pretty much the death know not the dead know nothing, and a lot of our people, I think it was the first temple, would refer to hell and things of that nature as you just dead. Um, but I put a question mark there because I'm supposed to research it. And then the last one, to corroborate with what you said, I had the lake of fire. Um, so that was three subheadings that I had to look into regarding it. And I do remember seeing scriptures. It's definitely for a captivity and state of being, and for like the grave. But that's all I had.
You're in context with the Shemitic context because, man, we just here now. He just brought it out. The grave, like we've been so far removed from who we are. We think, and we got all these sayings about it. What's that saying? There's only three things promised: trouble, death, and taxes, or something like that. And how people respond. Well, we all got to go sometime. We've been so far removed from us as a created being, but the text, we're just here now. Let's just have church. The text say we were created in his image. The text say we, man, we Adam, sons of Adam, we were created in his image. Whose image were we created in? Anybody? Just me and Shamar in here?
The Most High's image?
Thank you. We were created in the Most High's image. Did or do the Most High die?
No, he's not that. He's eternal.
He's eternal. So when he made us in his image, his likeness, we were supposed to be eternal. So like Shamaria is saying, that grave is hell because you've been separated from your father. You've been separated from your inheritance. Death only came after disobedience. Oh, let me do this for my Christian brothers and sisters. Death only came after Adam broke the law. We're just here now. They want to say, oh, the law was 400 and something 6 years after. Blah, blah, blah. The law's been here since creation. The first thing that received law and order was creation. And then he brought us, Adam, and gave us more instructions. So this whole Christian dogma that, the Mosaic covenant and the Moses law and all this stuff, these people have no clue what they're teaching. They have no clue what they're saying. The Father has been given everything he creates instructions. And now we're dying thinking it's natural. No, it's not natural. And you know it's not natural because people come up with all these different coping mechanisms. That's how you know death is so horrible. We come up with all these fantasies, putting people on angel wings and every day I see it on Facebook. Rest in peace, and they don't hear that. They can't read no Facebook posts. Happy birth, 88th birthday, Big Mama. Ain't no more birthdays when you leave here. That's how so far removed we are from our original state. We think death is everyday occurrence. No, you are in hell because of disobedience. We are dying. Death was passed on to man because of lawlessness. Man, that was perfect. Any other comments or questions before we transition? That was just, man, right on time. All praises.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the reason why people don't really feel that this is hell is because they're too comfortable in their own strong delusion. If they actually seeked Abba and knew his laws, statutes, and commandments, then they would realize that this world is not his. It's not our world. It says that in John 18:36. Like this world belongs to the adversary temporarily.
Come on now.
Like and
Come on
like
now.
if you don't follow the commandments, then you're on the adversary side. I don't care which religion you're in. Like if you like it's so simple, but humans made it so complicated.
You better.
Humans added on to the word. They switched up words. They even invented certain words like coincidence to like completely disprove Abba's like powers. So instead of saying praise Abba Yah, they're saying that's a coincidence. That's how far gone we are. But yeah, I will yield.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man.